Everyone, this is Natalie and I will present how the respiratory system regulate our blood pH. Starting from the pH scale, so there's three categories. There's the acidic, neutral, or basic, or acid and base. For if you have too much of one or the other, it will be bad for us humans. If it's acidic, it means that there's more hydrogen ions in our blood. And if basic, it means that there's less hydrogen ions in our blood. And the respiratory system helps regulate the pH in our blood because of the air that we breathe in, which consists of mostly nitrogen, 78%, oxygen, 21%, and carbon dioxide, 1%. And there's also other compounds, but this will be the big three. And it's mostly because of the carbon dioxide, specifically the removal of it in our body, which is connected to the pH in our blood. So the role of the respiratory system is to breathe in oxygen and to breathe out the carbon dioxide, which is why we have respiratory system, because of the respiration. Our blood is in the neutral side of the scale, which is between 7.35 to 7.45. So if you have too much acid or lower pH than 7.35, it would be called acidosis. This is where the carbon dioxide or CO2 and oxygen O2 increases and our blood pH decreases. And if our blood is too basic or has higher pH than 7.45, it will be called alkalosis. The carbon dioxide and oxygen in our body decreases and our blood pH increases. So to remember this is to think about that when it's acidosis or acidic, then CO2 and oxygen goes up or increases while the pH goes down. And an example would be when you stop breathing. So when you stop breathing, you keep both the carbon dioxide and oxygen in your body, so your pH will go down or it becomes more acidic. And to remember alkalosis is to think about CO2 or carbon dioxide and oxygen both going down or both decreasing while the pH goes up, so opposite. An example would be when you breathe fast or when you hyperventilate. And if you hyperventilate, then the pH would go up and you will lose carbon dioxide and oxygen, which is also bad, just like the acidosis. So both will be bad if you have too much of one or the other. So this is the formula for how the pH works in our blood. And this is a capillary right here, which transports the RBCs or red blood cells that contains oxygen. So here CO2 comes in the body to combine with water, and then it will turn to carbonic acid, which instantly breaks to form bicarbonate and hydrogen. Bicarbonate right here is then transported to blood vessels or lungs, to the lungs, where it combines with hydrogen ion to form carbonic acid again, which then dissociates to form the CO2 and water. And then the CO2 travels across respiratory membrane from this capillary that I draw, into the alveoli or the sacs in the lungs to be expelled through expiration. And then water remains in the blood, in the plasma. And then the amount of CO2 in the blood directly influences hydrogen levels in blood, thus the pH. So after being used by the body, they are considered the carbon dioxide that needs to be excreted. So from oxygen, it is then used in our body to be used for important functions, and then after being used it will become carbon dioxide that needs to be excreted or expirated. And by removing that carbon dioxide in our body, it then helps regulate the blood pH. I hope it helps, and thank you for watching and listening to my presentation.